Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/hags for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/hags to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/hags.
Two best friends, both alike in dignity.
Nurturing phantoms and courting the muse.
The hag divines when something must die.
Yes, that was Poog.
But this is huge.
The ego loves to seek,
but never to find. It was Berlant
and Novak
the whole time.
It's just so wild that you see them, Kate. And to everyone joining, we're talking about ghosts.
Okay. Well, listen, I have a paranormal. She's cracked a Celsius. I have a paranormal event that I'm going to talk about. And listen, I think people might go, people who, well, not, I mean, these aren't people. These are the hags. Okay. These are the eavesdroppers. They know. I think maybe I give off an impression of, oh, I'm a ghost person, not ghosts.
Right.
I'm not, I don't want to see ghosts. I'm scared of ghosts.
Right.
I have deference and fear. I'm not open to it.
Yeah.
You, Jacqueline, have helped me realize that I have seen a couple guys.
I think so.
I saw
Sounds like it.
I've got Grand Canyon, floating bust, woman smiling, but I had no fear. And then I had, and this really shocks me, I had no fear in London. Man, top hat, full coat, pea coat, the whole thing. No fear. Which brings me to this, where there was fear. Okay, so I am arriving in Bend, Oregon, where I've never been before. Have you ever been there?
No.
Which I've later learned is like an energy vortex or whatever. It's like
I Googled it immediately, I think, when you were texting me.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then someone running to Google.
A local told me that too. Anyway, so I have to say, I get there, I land, I'm like walking. So here's a classic. I get there at 3:40. The room's not ready. I go, guys. And the festival that I was performing at, they put me up at a hotel, and I was there for 2 nights. The point is, room's not ready. I'm like, okay. So thank God there's a health food store across the street, like across the highway. So I walk across to the health food store, and I swear to God, just in the light, I was like, there's just an eerie glow.
You mean once you're outside?
Town.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I just was walking. I just remember feeling like, oh, it's weird here. Like I felt this thing. Like I remember feeling like, oh, this feels like an Ari Aster movie. Scary. Like I was just like this. I remember having that thought.
The tube.
The level.
Sorry, because the tube.
Oh my God.
As they say, is it's on strike. So traffic's at an all-time high, I guess.
Okay, that's what we're hearing in the background, folks. London traffic. So, and I thought of you. I thought of Poog, and I do have a photo for the eavesdroppers because I ended up not having to buy a single food item when I was in Bend. I made all my own food because it was like,
damn.
And by made, I just mean
in
like,
a hotel?
Like I did the classic, got a salad thing, sugar. I bought olive oil. I was thinking of you. I go, this is crazy. Buy olive oil for 2 days. I go, well, no, one bottle is the price of one shitty bowl that I ordered.
Exactly.
So anyway, so I go into the room and I name the hotel? So it's a lodge. It's along a river.
Business will only, unless there's issues with the hotel otherwise, but like paranormal business will be booming. So you might as well.
Okay. So it's called the Riverside Lodge. And
sounds about right.
It's kind of one of those things where it's sort of a converted motel. I didn't look up how old it was. I should now, but where the rooms are kind of updated. So I get, and it's big, like it's a huge property. They're like, okay, there's this building, there's this building, there's that building. Like, whoa. So I go into my room and I just opened the door and I was like, And so it's one of those things where there's a living room with doors that open onto a river. Truly, it's a beautiful river. And then there's a bedroom. And then there are a couple steps up to the bathroom area.
Is the bathroom by the door? Sorry, I know this is really specific.
The bathroom is by the
right. So you enter door, on a landing, kind of, and then descend 2 steps into the living room.
You're unbelievable. It's like you're there. That's crazy. Okay, yes. So, and it has a microwave. It has a little fridge, whatever. Big living room. I'm unpacking my groceries and stuff. New me, new life. I literally go to the gym there, which is beautiful gym, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. And so then I go back to my room. That night I have off. I'm tired. I'm quite tired. So I fall asleep 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'm out like a light. Okay. And then, okay, key detail. So when I'm turning off the lights to the room, whatever, getting into bed, I notice, as we've established, the step up to the bathroom entrance area. And I thought like, oh, wow, that's because as we know, I tragically pee in the night. And I was like, that's a hazard. And then I see, there's a motion detector light right there at ankle height.
Up on the step.
On the step at ankle height.
Okay, I can tell that this is going to be highly relevant. And I think I know why.
So there's a motion light at ankle height on the step. I go, okay, that's smart because, so you don't trip and die. Okay, so I pass out cold. I wake up. My eyes do the thing, which is, I'm sorry to say it, it's what happened the last 2 times when I had a kind of sighting, let's say, where my eyes just open. Like there's no...
There's no there's no coming
dream.
to.
There's no dream.
It's as if just...
There's no sound.
Boing.
Just like completely boom. So my eyes open, boom. And here's what's strange. I say out loud, and this is what wakes me up. So weird. He's God-fearing with an apostrophe.
Right.
He's God-fearing with a hard G. I wake myself up saying he's God-fearing.
Even though, but you don't remember or feel like there was a dream.
No dream attached
that was leading
whatsoever.
It. So it's almost like, there's nothingness, right? You're nowhere. And then suddenly you are eyes waking up cleanly going, he's God-fearing.
Yep.
Okay.
Truly.
Okay,
and I remember thinking, and it was like the words were in my mouth and they were waking me up. And because there was no dream attached, I was like, what the fuck? And I wake up, he's God-fearing. The sound of it wakes me up. I wake up and I'm just kind of staring. And then boom, within 5 seconds, the motion light goes off. And I'm flooded with fear. I'm like,
no, I just want to make sure everyone's got the physics because you're on a bed and you're not rustling blankets that are hanging over onto the floor.
No, and to be clear, the motion light is in the other room. So let's just say I were waving my arms
You're in the
wildly,
bedroom.
it would not set it off. I'm in a whole different room. But from where I'm sitting, I can see the open door where there's the steps. I can't see the motion light itself. I mean, I see the light go off. The sensor itself I don't even see, but just it's like within seconds. I wake up, I'm in the dark, and then boom, the motion light goes off. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm completely wide awake and I'm scared. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I look over, it is 2:55 a.m.
Of course.
And I'm like, shit. And I'm like, I'm awake now. This is scary. This makes no sense. Why would that be going off? And I'm like, there's no one I can call. I'm alone. I text you to be like, and I was like, I'm scared. I mean, we can look back and see the text, but I was scared.
Oh.
I text.
Oh, was this? Right. I remember. I think.
Yeah.
And, it was the next day. Well, I remember.
And
okay.
But I texted in that moment knowing that no one would answer because it was the dead of night. But I was so scared. And then, by the way, one of the ways I calmed myself down was like, it's just a Poog episode. This is just for Poog.
Yes.
You're just going to talk about this on Poog. You're going to be fine.
That's beautiful.
I thank God by the grace of God because I text Naomi. I'm scared. I'm like, well, they're dead asleep. They happen to be awake. Because they fell asleep on the couch and were transferring to the bedroom. So thank God. So I talked to them for a few minutes. I'm scared. I'm like, all right. I'm going to go back to bed. Like, I have to go to sleep. So somehow, not somehow, I down a Agent Nature.
The magnesium?
No, it's not magnesium. It's the sleep.
I keep forgetting.
But maybe there's magnesium in there, but it's the tart cherry packets, which I want more of, and I need to buy more because they're unbelievable.
I'd really like to
down that.
Get into that.
They're amazing. I down that. I fall asleep. So then, and I am not a nightmare person. I really don't get nightmares.
Yeah.
I proceed to have nightmares all fucking night.
No.
And I'm waking up from them, gasping, some of them. And so the next one that I have is lucid. I haven't had a lucid dream in a second. So I'm having a lucid dream that I'm in the bedroom where I am.
Right.
I'm looking into the hall where the light was. I have a little bouncy ball, like a rubber ball, and I'm bouncing it into the hallway. And in the dream, I'm like, fuck you, are you there? Like trying to like talk to whatever is. I was like, are you coming out? Like I'm aggressive. I'm like, fine, are you there? Like, come on, show yourself, bitch. I bounce it. It bounces back.
As if like thrown from the other room.
Exactly. Like whoever, whatever is in the hall bounces it back. And that's really scary in the dream. And it wakes me up and I go, and I do one of those and I wake up. And then I'm like chills on my body. I feel scared. Like I just feel this really, and I feel creepy. I feel like I just don't feel good. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm awake again. And I'm truly just like praying for morning. I'm like, please let morning come. So then, and this is where it sounds a little, but so after the ball gets bounced back and I'm really scared, I'm awake. I'm like, oh, I close my eyes and I proceed to see, and I see something, which I've seen. This is something that I have from time to time where, and I'm really curious if other listeners have this. The only other person I've heard describe this to me is my father, who I once described doing this years and years ago. And he was like, oh yeah, my dad, who has zero interest or belief in ghosts or anything even remotely paranormal or anything. I was like, yeah, sometimes when I close my eyes, I can see in like complete unbelievable photographic detail. And it's like a black and white negative. It looks like that. Faces, things like, and the detail is profound. It's like I'm just looking, staring at a photograph.
You're like, are my eyes, like, it feels like your eyes are open behind your lids kind of feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And my dad, I once described that to him, faces. Oh yeah, in extreme detail. And I once described that to him. I think I was like 16 and he was like, oh yeah, I get that sometimes. And he was like, I call that the funnies.
No.
He's like, oh yeah, I always call that the funnies. I was like, what? Excuse me? Okay, so
because like they're kind of like the comic strips?
I guess, yeah.
Like black and white?
Yeah, I guess so.
Which is really compelling.
We never talked about it again, but so
That's good.
Okay, so the ball bounces back. I wake up in terror. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I close my eyes and I see in complete detail a man's face. He's like older. I've never seen him before. Older, wrinkly face. And then I see next to him a middle-aged woman smiling. She's not scary. Neither of them seem scary, actually. I'm just like looking at them. And then I see, if I may, a fucking ghoulish, scary, skeletal figure. And I was like, ugh.
Still with the eyes closed in pure detail. Okay.
Yeah.
And where is the figure? Are the others gone or is it joined the couple?
The skeleton one?
Because you described the man,
it's
the
like
woman.
In succession. Yeah, I see the man.
Oh, then the woman.
Then the woman.
Yes.
But I'm kind of aware that they're together.
Okay.
And then
that's what it seemed like. Okay.
Yeah. And then I see the ghoul
let's
skeleton.
Hear ghoul skeleton.
Like it was brief. It was just, but it was like a fucking goddamn ghoul. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was a scary looking
face. Humanoid. Obviously, somewhat.
Yeah, but more like I don't know, just like a common illustration,
like the kind that I would hang up front on Halloween, like
completely, like a very familiar archetypal that.
Okay,
and I'm like, okay, fuck, what?
And how long? Is it brief? Is it
seconds? It's like it's like each face is maybe like 5 seconds.
Now why? Now here, and I don't mean why
enough to zero in. Yeah,
I don't mean to go. I don't mean why, like. Questioning what you do. This is more to investigate what's happening.
Yeah.
Why in that moment, the second that you see the skeleton, and I mean like the half second that you first see it, right? Why do you stay with it for 2 seconds versus pop open, scream, whatever?
So exactly. So
interesting.
Because it's so fascinating that because it's so fascinating I can see it.
Right.
And I'm like lucid, and what it is like,
that's what I was hoping
in
for.
my mind, I'm going like this. Oh my God. Like, I'm like, are you kidding? And I'm looking and I'm just like, it feels like my eyes are wide. Here's what's so bizarre. It feels like my eyes are wide awake. Like I'm almost opening them, like straining them open, like, whoa.
Right.
And so I see that. And in those moments, I have to say, I don't feel scared necessarily. It's more just like fascinated. It's not the scared feeling I get when I was looking at the hallway. It's like a different feeling. So then somehow I'm like fall asleep again, and I proceed to have nightmares, and which again, very unusual for me. And I'm waking up throughout the night and I'm fucking praying for goddamn morning.
Are the nightmares are any of them?
They're partially lucid, but they have nothing to do. You know, it's kind of more classic. Like I'm at my parents' house. I'm downstairs. I hear voices outside. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I go to open the door and I'm to investigate, but then I'm too scared. I open it and then I see darkness of night and I'm like terrified. It's just like nothing. And then what else? I mean, kind of like they won't sound interesting, but they're scary to me. And so then, okay, so I mean that's it, so to speak. But then the next thing that happened, which is just completely coincidental, but was terrifying, is at one point I think I smell cigarette smoke, and I'm like, oh, also a key detail is the hotel is silent. It's not the thing where I can hear footsteps above, next door, and that contributes to being scared because it's just like it feels like I'm alone. Like it feels like there's no. It's not like if you're in a high rise.
Like it was a did it seem like the hotel was
there were people there.
A lot of people there?
Yeah. But I just kind of, in the night, I was like, it's so silent. I mean, you're hearing nothing. So then, and then I think at one point I smell cigarette smoke and I'm like, well, that's really weird.
And not like you've suddenly become aware of like, oh, this must have been a smoking room once.
No.
More like a prominent smell.
Yeah. Yeah. But that will become clear soon, I think.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So then, so after all of this, again,
Claire olfactor. It's like I forget what it is, but there's a nose one, like Claire nosy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was like, what is that? But then,
sorry, go on.
So then after this horrible night, I am awoken at 5:30 a.m. to the loudest, scariest bang. My eyes open and I'm like, are you kidding me? Could this get any? And my first thought is like, oh, the world's ending. Like, or I was like, that terrifying thing of like, is that a natural disaster? Is that a bolt of lightning that's striking the hotel? What is that? Turns out, so then I look at the clock. It's 5:30 a.m. I'm like, okay, well, at least
dawn
light's
is
coming soon. I proceed to fall asleep and wake up at 10:30 a.m. So I slept in, which I attribute to the agent.
Then nothing, and fell back asleep.
Fell back asleep, and then
you
so
didn't
from 5:30 to 10:30. No,
okay,
nope. 5:30 to 10:30, I'm out like a light. And again, I attribute that to the agent nature packet. I wake up, I go outside, forest fire level smoke, wildfire, PTSD, LA. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? No one, everyone at the hotel is like, yeah, there's a hotel, there's a fire nearby. Like, and it's so much so that I put on a mask. I have a mask. I'm like, guys.
Fire active at that moment. Like, when had the fire begun? I'm sorry, but I have a couple of
I'm not sure.
thoughts.
Like in the early morning. Oh, and guess what? The bang. I go to the front desk. I go, hi, I heard anyone here? They go, oh yeah, it was a meth lab exploding nearby.
Guys, fall is here, whether that means it's time to get back to school or just get into your own spirit of learning for yourself, because the years keep coming and learning's up to you. Well, dare I say it's the perfect time to refresh the wardrobe just like you did in your school days, with pieces that feel as good as they look. Luckily, Quince makes it easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big without compromising on quality.
Quince has all the elevated essentials for fall. Think 100% Mongolian cashmere for $50. Washable silk tops and skirts, perfectly tailored denim, all at a price that feels too good to be true.
I mean, Quince continues to deliver. I have been hauling my tote bag from Quince all over Europe, and I throw everything in, and it has been fantastic. Quince really is a one-stop shop, and boy, do I love a one-stop experience.
A staple in my wardrobe is the Quince washable silk skirt. You can wear this in the summer, but also with fall. Throw some tights underneath it. It can go from day to night. It's a transitional piece, meaning you can wear it in many different occasions and many different seasons. Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/hags for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/hags to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/hags. And then, of course, I look up, and if you look up like Bend, Oregon explosion, you can see people's Ring cameras and stuff, like houses shaking, like a huge explosion. So I was like, okay, yeah.
And a fire that night, separate.
And a fire that night, yeah. So like creepy stuff. And I'm going, I'd like to leave this town. And I'd like to leave this town fast. So I immediately, by the way, I start, I'm supposed to leave the next day at like 4. I change my flight to 7 a.m. because and by the way, the whole day I'm feeling, that night I have a show, the whole day I'm feeling this, and you could say, oh, well, it's from the night. I just feel eerie. I feel this buzzy energy. Here's what it feels like. It feels like I had way, way, way too much caffeine, but I hadn't. I had one coffee. Like I feel this buzzing, eerie, induced like thing. I don't like it. And I'm like, I want to go. So I ended up switching rooms, which I thought, because I was already like, I don't want to sleep in that room again tonight.
Oh, you changed it for the following day, just an earlier flight.
Exactly.
Okay.
2 nights
right.
total.
You're not on your way out.
Total.
Okay.
So now it's
now it's the room change thing.
The day that I have my show.
Oh,
and so,
right.
And,
okay.
And
I remember.
I noticed that morning the bedroom window wouldn't fully close, and that's why I was getting the smoke smell. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I go, hey, my window won't fully close. And then I go, you know what? Could I just switch rooms? Because I'm like, just do it, Kate. I don't need to be in there. Oh, by the way, you know what I think we should do on air right now? Maybe I should call and ask if they've ever had paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, because I wanted to ask, but I was too scared. Mm. So I switch rooms. I go,
You're too scared because you know you have another night there.
Yes. Right? I go, and that day I was like, how am I going to go to sleep in that room tonight? I'm going to be too scared. They go, yeah, we can switch rooms. I'm so happy to leave that room. I can't tell you. I'm packing so fast. It does not feel inconvenient. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. They moved me to a room that's in a different building as well, which is comically in the scary thing where it's as far as you can walk. We're basically up against the woods. It's like this building and then the final room, and that's my room. But I go in there, identical layout.
The room was at the threshold.
Yeah, exactly. Identical layout,
your room
except reversed.
Is the doorway to the darkness of the woods. All right.
No, but I was like, but then I'm comforted because there's so many cars in the driveway there that I'm like, okay, I'm surrounded by people. Like, that's cool. I proceed to have the worst show I've had in years, which I actually can openly, I can be like, the sound, it really was an issue with like the sound. It's just an acoustic hell. Like, I really felt for people. And at one point in the show, I had to acknowledge it. And literally an audience member yelled, like, the sound is terrible. Like, it was like
classic festival show.
It was the tinniest, and also
in a tent
the sound thing where when I'm doing sound check, I was like, like, I don't know technically how to describe it to the guy, but at one point there was so much reverb. I go, whoa, is there like a reverb effect? He's like, no. I'm like, by the way, there was. Like, he was like, the room's big. I was like, the room's not big. It's 400 max seats. Like, this is not like, oh, I'm at MSG.
Remember
and I'm
when I
hearing
started filming or taping my interactions during sound check on the road because they were so bad, so shocking, so doubting of you, the artist.
Oh yeah.
That you're a fool.
Well, it's a gender thing, honey.
Yeah. I mean, it was incredible. And because, you try to, it's like when you try to recount later, you're like, so I was like, I'm going to have to start recording during this because later I want to be like, listen to what, like showing like Chris, like listen to what he said to me. Because you can't remember the details. Like, I hate when I can't remember the details of like rudeness.
The evidence. Yeah. So I'm just like, it's really hot in there. It's like, it's just a bad show.
Yeah, the worst show. Right. Oh, weren't you saying like crossed arms, like
there were like a few like, older men in their probably late 50s, early 60s, arms crossed, completely stone faced front row with their like disapproving wives, like looking at me. Yeah. There were also sweet people in the crowd, completely. Yeah. God bless. And I felt really bad because I was like, oh, this just is not. It just ain't happening tonight, and it's I kind of had to just. It was.
Festivals are challenging.
Yeah. Let's say that. Yeah.
It's like there's something fundamentally not functional for comedy with the festival. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure why, but
it's interesting. So, but then I was really, I had a wonderful guy who was like my security guard driver guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ben. He was an angel. And I told him, I go, Ben, would you believe it if I told you, like, I think I had like a ghost thing last night? And he was like, oh, and he's like, I don't really believe in ghosts. He's like, but he was like, Bend, Oregon is like an energy, like there's weird stuff here. And I was like, really? Then we start talking. Point is, I go back to my room, and when you're already in a kind of scared state, it's like something that would ordinarily mean nothing. You're like, so
of course.
I look over. So that day I had been in bed because I just felt weird. I just was like, I want to just get through this day. It was just a weird feeling. And there was a digital clock next to the bed, which I swear I had noticed before and was normal. I get into my room. It's 10 p.m. It is blinking digital 3:44. And I'm like, why?
No.
Isn't that fucking eerie?
So you'd checked into your new room earlier, is my point.
There's a chance
that you hadn't noticed.
That the clock had been blinking. But I fucking swear to God, it was next to the bed and I was there all day. Yes.
You glance at a bed, something's blinking, your eye goes to it.
Yes, your eye goes to it. And I had been in that room all day. I was in bed watching fucking TV. I was like, I would have seen it. And I get in there, 3:44, blinking on the clock. I'm like, fuck this. I flip. And by the way, the clock, I cannot unplug it. It's like a thing where it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like fed through this solid oak thing that I can't move. So I flip the digital clock. You'd have to cut it with a knife. Exactly. I flip the digital clock. I'm like,
face down.
I down another Agent Nature, or maybe it was a Klonopin. I can't remember.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to bed.
I can't remember. It sounds like it was a Klonopin. Right.
Well, I was texting you.
Oh, so this was huge.
And I prayed.
Obviously, for the group.
No. Oh, wait. I want to say this. Yeah. The previous night of the scary haunting, I said out loud at some point, I do not want to communicate. I am closed to this. Like, I said something like that out loud. Like, nope, go away. Don't want to do it.
Well, the classic, and I think listeners would remember, respectfully, I do not wish to see you. That was you in London, remember?
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
It's very impressive. Okay, go on.
So then I'm on the bed and I pray. You're like Archangel Michael. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, Archangel Michael, I call on you, like, please protect me.
No, right. Because I just want to take it. Because when this was happening, I was like, this is special. We have to talk about this, right? Because I feel like I was in bed or something, or, I don't know, like, because I guess I don't know what time it would have been for you. Who knows? Because I'm 8 hours later. How was I in bed? Like, well, who knows? But it felt like night to me too, is the point. And, you're like, I'm scared, whatever. And I'm just like, you might have some gifts. We know this. I'm like, remember how connected you were at camp? Remember you were like connecting with the Christ light at 8?
Oh yeah. That wasn't camp, honey. That was on my knees praying the rosary.
No, I know. I thought it was at a camp that you like didn't know was like a religious camp or something.
Oh yeah. I did like accidentally go to a Christian camp once.
Yeah. But like, so, but I was like, quick in a pinch. I'm just like, yeah, call on Michael. Okay. Because I've heard others say this and people, like whose books I read. And it's so cool when other people talk. I think I don't know if I was talking about this on stage recently, like, forgive me. Okay. But like, I was talking about someone and it could have been here, but I don't think it was. But just like when people refer to the archangels, like, well, just call on Michael. You're like, Michael?
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah. You're like, whoa, right? And then I was like, if I recall, I was like, what I've read, Archangel Michael like has a sword and is like, of course they all have light and carry light and whatever, but but this protective sword whole kind of thing, and just cutting through the darkness. And I don't know. And then I was like, and then I started Googling, looking for like, a strong sort of satisfying image of Michael to send to you. And I'm looking, and there's always this thing like Deviant art, like back in the day, like there's this very particular kind of spiritual fantasy, religious drawing that like comes up on the internet a lot. And it's always a little like too, like the divine figures are a little too like sexy. Like it looks a little bit too fanfic, but anyway, it's very specific. Yeah. So I'm like wading through those, trying to find something that feels a little more like classical or archetypal, whatever. Anyway, and then right then, like pops back at me one from you. Like you had also been searching. Yeah. And like you had sent me you had sent me like one of the ones I was about to send you.
Yeah.
Like I was like, and
it was illustration.
You're like, you're like, I'm right. You're like, I'm all right. Like, the light will protect me. Oh, and then I also told you the other thing that I think I talked about in here, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. That my energy healer told me, which was close up, your energy field, bubble, ask for support, bubbling yourself up, right? And then close up your energy field like you're in a little velvet jewelry bag that has the tie ribbon at the top.
I love that.
Pull it at
tight.
the top.
Yep.
You pull it tight.
I love that.
It cinches tight, and your energy is.
I love that. That's good.
Contained.
That's good shit.
It's
like that.
Good.
The velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I called upon Michael. It helped. And then I'm like, I take my pill. Good night, everyone. I'm out. And then I had to wake up really early. I had to wake up. It was like one of those things where I had to wake up at 5 and eyes awake, but let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like grabbing my stuff. It's like, there's a great feeling when you're going home. I was like,
oh my God. Yeah.
Get me out. And then I'm sorry to say it, but I swear to God, guys, it was like the second I started descending into LA, I just felt better. Like the energy, that buzzy, weird anxiety was just gone. Wow. It was like, and I was like, well, I'm never going back. Like, you're not going to get me there. Oh, it's too weird. As we all know, it can be hard at the end of the day to wind down between exercising, getting your life together, running around. The ability to switch off and relax at the end of the day is difficult sometimes. Rituals Magnesium Plus puts your evening unwind center stage with a blend of magnesium, bisglycinate, and tart cherry powder for mind and muscle relaxation. I love magnesium. I think it's essential. And Rituals Magnesium is fabulous. Great addition to the routine. Rituals Magnesium features a blend of clinically backed magnesium and tart cherry powder, which is formulated to help your mind relax, your body relax, helps you sleep, and helps muscle recovery. Rituals selected a bioavailable form of magnesium that's gentle on the stomach. There are all different kinds of magnesium. I've tried so many, and some of them do upset your stomach. This one does not. The tart cherry is made from Michigan-grown tart cherries backed by over 20 clinical studies and 15 years of research. It's clinically studied to support muscle recovery and quality sleep. Sit back and raise a glass to your new evening ritual with Magnesium Plus. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/hags.
I just have to know. I know I Googled this that night, but Bend, Oregon.
Should I call them
Riverside Lodge? Well, I'm writing haunted. Let's just see if we can get that.
Oh, I looked for it later because I was so scared.
Kate, this is unbelievable.
What? No, stop. What? Don't.
Wait. Oh, no. No. Everything's fine. Wait.
Did you think you saw like
a
haunting report?
I thought it said like the most haunted place is the Riverside Lodge. Okay,
that would be
in Bend, Oregon.
That would be amazing.
Okay, but let me just see this haunted. Wait, Bend, Oregon, Riverside Lodge, paranormal activity. I always think like because I talk about ghosts a lot. Sorry, on stage. Okay.
Yeah.
But like that, like any hags in the audience are like, this is so pathetic. Like. Jacqueline obsessed with ghosts, talking about like all this stuff, you know what I mean? And then like Kate sees them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
totally.
Kate's out there seeing them, and I'm like,
let's go do it together.
Oh my God! I mean, I'd be the guy with the fucking equipment, which I always, best. I'm convinced. Wait, anyway, I'll have to look later. It's just, I mean, I wonder if now is the time. Now that distance has passed, because remember, I didn't want to talk about it on the podcast because it was too intense. My hotel experience in Amsterdam. I never talked about it here.
Let's go.
No, it's not. It's not like I saw no apparitions, etc. Right? I remember reading this thing and about gifts and everyone when they're training, in these. They're trying to train spiritual, whatever. Like everyone wants to be clairvoyant. Like that's very like, yeah, well, I can see them, And it's very almost, like all the students want to be clairvoyant or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like some of the students that are clairvoyant, like have like an ego about it. Okay.
Sure.
And it's dangerous because sometimes the ego like takes them and then they fall out of the light. Okay. Or their gifts are revoked.
Oh, shit.
Point is, It's pretty special. I do want you to develop the gifts, but stay humble to them, Kate.
I'm getting I gotta put the phone down. It's really interrupting all sacred light.
Oh, wow.
Anything. Yeah.
Well,
strong messages
they talk about that. They talk, oh, really? Oh, I thought you were saying in order to have a clear channel, or that is what you're saying. I thought you were saying, okay. Yeah. But, well, you always, so many of these mediums, these books I enjoy reading, their autobiographies, memoirs, where they, talk about for years, the ways that they, suffered with hideous anxiety for 30 years, until they embraced their gifts. Okay.
Yeah, sweetie.
Like they were fighting that shit down. Like they were with everything they got, like feeling something and resisting it. And I think I remember like, and there is, I have no interest in, that's a charlatan. I don't care. It rings true. You know what I mean? Like I just, whatever. Like that's a different conversation, but like, anyway, it's pretty interesting.
Wait, I want to hear about Amsterdam, but is it fun or not fun to call the Riverside Lodge and ask if
of course it's fun.
And by the way, it's like I sent a picture and I'll post it on the pod I sent you a photo of where I was staying. Like it looks like the exterior looks scary. Okay. Again, no complaints about this hotel whatsoever. Okay.
Say you're writing about it. I just want it to sound legitimate.
No, I'm going to just say I'm just going to be completely honest.
All right, fine.
For group sales and marketing inquiries, press 2. For new room reservations, press 3. For existing room reservations, press 4. For front desk and accounting, press 5.
Front desk?
Thank you.
I think so. Okay. Yeah.
Riverhouse. Please hold on while I try that extension.
This is Riverhouse Lodge front desk. How can I help you?
You've got hair thinning, you're shedding, you got general hair issues. Nutrafol has a proactive approach and targets root causes of these symptoms or these issues. You're going to see improved hair growth, decreased shedding, visible thickness, all because of Nutrafol. It's a clinical tested formula, and you don't have to worry about compromising sexual performance or anything like that. You're just going to take 4 pills a day with a meal. I've seen a lot of influencers I know and trust using it out there. If you know who I'm talking about. Her name's Pia. Let's just leave it at that. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. Nutrafol is the first and only hair growth supplement to be NSF certified for sport testing against 290 athletic banned substances, toxicology reviews, ingredient testing, label verification, and annual manufacturing facility audits to ensure FDA requirements are met, okay? This stuff is safe. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code HAGS. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code HAGS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code HAGS. Hi, how are you? I have an unusual question for you. I stayed with you guys a couple weeks ago. I had a great stay for a couple nights. This is so funny to say, but do you have anyone who's ever talked about like ghosts or anything at your place, at the hotel?
I've only been here for 3 months, but no, I have not heard anything about that.
In 3 months. Okay.
Ask if like his colleagues.
Well, it's funny, because I'm not like a ghost person. Like you don't know me, obviously, but I swear I'm not someone who's. But yeah, I had like I actually switched rooms. I had a great time at the hotel, but I actually switched rooms because I had a really great experience in one of the rooms. And and I was just curious. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, what if it's a thing where numerous people are like, yeah, I've seen a ghost there or something.
Particularly with like Bend, Oregon being like a vortex.
No, I haven't. I mean, I remember. I actually remember like coming in and like starting and some areas that they showed me, like they gave me a tour around the hotel and they had said a couple things like people are creeped out in this one area or yada yada.
No way.
Check if it was
okay,
the area.
I think I was in like 2122, or was it?
Okay.
I don't know, because I actually moved they moved me to a totally different building. I didn't tell them that I was freaked out because it's like so, I didn't want to be like, I think there's a ghost in that room. So I just moved rooms. But that's interesting. People said that. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, do you remember what room you were in?
Yeah, I think it was, I took a picture of the key. I think it was it was either 2122 or 2221. Wait, I can tell you because I specifically took a picture of
You could tell him your name.
I could give you my name. You could look up my reservation, but. Oh, here we go.
Sure, yeah.
2122.
2122? Okay. I'll just make a note of that.
Yeah, 2122. It's like it was right by a stairway too. Like it was like a room that was kind of by a staircase.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I wonder what room type.
It was a pretty big room.
Suite. Okay. Yeah, the 1-bedroom suite with the fire pit.
Yeah.
Ask if that building has history. Is it old?
Is the hotel old?
Yeah, it is pretty old. I believe it's around like 70 years old.
Okay. Yeah. Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that is interesting. What has happened?
Well, I just I'm not I'm not like a nightmare person. I never get nightmares, but it was like I woke up with this really weird nightmare and a really specific image in my head of people. And then there's like a motion light in the room by the bathroom area. And I woke up out of this nightmare and the motion light went off like a few seconds later.
Huh.
And, just weird. Like I had these like kind of weird visions and I just felt really weird, like in my body. Like I just really felt, and I travel alone constantly for work. So I'm in hotels all the time alone. This never happens to me. Yeah. So it was like a very weird thing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I would have switched rooms too.
Yeah. But the hotel was great. Particularly loved the gym. Beautiful. It was great. Okay. Well, have a good day. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. You as well.
Bye. Love it. By the way, I walk around. They go, people get creeped out in this area. Hello?
I know. He dropped that. I think he wanted to see how long.
3 months.
He wanted to.
3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think he had built a little more trust. Like, he wasn't just going to immediately go, like, the first questions, like, this woman's on the phone and go, yeah, when we come here, this happens. And then someone, like, types it up and says it. I'm also imagining, like, what if there's a hag in Bend, Oregon? And they're like,
there is.
I'm like, and they're like, that guy was great. Okay. And like, maybe it sparks a love connection, just like on Sleepless in Seattle.
Sounded fabulous. Yeah.
Cause I was like, that
it's probably 16.
is cool. Right.
Yeah.
No, right. I know. I wonder what you're picturing. It's like, but you're like, that,
no, I just
that
love
is masculinity
nice
that's
guy.
not afraid. You know what I mean?
Well, there it is.
It's like, yeah, you can be open and cool.
Completely.
Like, it's a confident masculinity.
There are the River House Lodge. There are hags.
Yeah.
In Bend. I met them, sweetie.
So River House. So maybe you said that the whole time.
Sorry, no, I think I did say Riverside by accident.
There's a run on the bank that is his heart. Okay, like right now, like hags are flying, flying into the hotel
to meet him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that's my Bend, Oregon story, and
wow. Well, should I tell you about Amsterdam now?
Yes.
I'm always, on the lookout, right?
But wait, set the stage. This is recently for a few nights, right?
Not that recently. I mean, this was this was in March, whatever my same suitcase, right? Still part of this long trip, like my green blazer. And it was like a couple nights in Amsterdam, and it was between a couple shows where I feel like I was there like 4 nights or something. Mm-hmm. It was a bit longer, and I decided, all right, well, I'll stay in Amsterdam. That could be interesting. I've never been there.
Were you alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And So do you remember the whole a brass knob can't save you? That was my early review of Hoxton or something, Portland or Seattle or something.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of, you're like, the design is correct in this way, right? You're like they know what I need. They're hip, right? They're gonna care about the same things I care about. But if you dig into their literature, they're kind of into this, almost European hostile mentality. Like there's stuff in their literature like we want people to socialize like downstairs, we want our bar and our restaurant to be for the community, okay? Not just the hotel guests, right? People to connect. Like we want it to feel like not a hotel restaurant, but just a local cool place, right? And then and this is basically their defense of not having like snacks in the room, okay? Or room service.
Yeah, okay? Always. We want you to have to come downstairs bleary-eyed in the morning. Wait,
the water was an issue. There was no coffee.
This is the Nazi place, right?
Well, and even more than that, it had a lot of things, right? So it was like, I mean, yes, including that. So it was like, but I go to the Hawks that, I'm pretty beat on this trip and I think this like really put me over. Okay. But I get there. Oh, so I'm really struggling with decisions about the hotel. And it seems like there's all these fabulous hotels, but they're pretty expensive. These like Amsterdam canal looking like, the canal houses or whatever, like these things where you're like, surely that's where I want to stay. But indecision, cost, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the Hoxton. Okay. And they're like, this is the new Hoxton by the river. Okay. The other one is sold out, whatever.
Another river.
Yes. Energy flows right across them. So I just sat in the Hoxton. I show up. It is, a massive, rectangular, just that kind of building, like a school, has that look. Go in, and they've retained the kind of like early 1900s sort of like swimming, like public swimming pool kind of tiling. It's very school tiling, very public pool, like swimming pool. Like it's just, I don't know, that's the vibe. And I go and I go, okay, like, so I don't know about this. And I go like, what happens if like after a night I wanted to leave, cause I'm here for like 5 nights. And they're like, oh, and then they like use a lot of, words to just say like, you absolutely get nothing back.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, it's it's and I go,
really?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So like,
I've made my bed.
So I guess I'll be staying here then. Right. It was like,
no 24-hour, 48 hours.
It was shockingly, I remember being like, I'm fucked. Right. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what threw me at first when I got there. But they hand you like a bottle of water or something at the desk. And this is not like as a kindness. It's like, that's the water you'll be drinking all night. Okay. So I head up, I go, and I go, whoa, like it is kind of gorgeous. I mean, relatively, maybe not gorgeous, but it's the brass knob. It's the, I think wood floors, which, as you know, I mean, I really like these days in a hotel. And so you go wood floors, and I mean, it is the classic performance velvet, and which was my issue at that same Hoxton way back when, where you come in, it's sort of the design, the colors, it's all very like, the mustard and the navy and the warm wood and the brass knobs, and then, like stain on the performance velvet couch, right? That's just like central.
Yeah.
And it's this weird thing where you're kind of like, so I'm the asshole? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Oh, I guess this is for it to be left like this means the hotel stands behind it, right?
Yes,
in a way.
Yes.
And it's the kind of thing where you're like, this would come off with,
if you just worked it,
and it always looks like semen, right?
It's like, well, it is. It's a BJ stain. It's somebody was sitting on the couch getting a BJ. And
it's just this. Okay, it's just like, right? It's just, I get grossed out and whatever. But like, they're really. I got to say, the Hoxton's really pushing in they're really pushing a lifestyle. They've got these, they're really into calling because they have really small rooms. They like own it, they're like, you can stay in the box, the super cozy, the little bit bigger, they're doing a whole, you can sign up for their club, whatever. So beyond no coffee in the room, and I'm looking around, I'm I'm almost positive no room service ever. Okay. So I'm just like, this is a nightmare. I'm dying of thirst. I go down in the night and they're like, we'll find some water for you. Like, we'll bring it up. Oh no. I remember like calling down, like, do you have it? Oh, cause I think I was sick. I think I had a cold. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, and I'm like, do you have some tea?
You were
Do you have
sick.
some tea? Okay.
Oh no.
I'm like, just love like some tea with honey, whatever. Up they come and hand me a tea bag.
Oh. Yeah.
Hot water thing in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my mood, my mood tanked. I was just not in a great place there. But I started to think, and I don't usually think this, that it had something to do with the energy of the hotel. So I come back like the next night or something. I just had to go on a walk, like whatever. And I come back and I go to my room and the lock and we've all seen a key not work, right? A digital key not work. Sure. Okay. But it's on this permanent red. That's not it's blinking red, like your key doesn't work anymore. It's on this permanent red. I have to go down. They come up. They can't fix it. Okay. The door is fundamentally locked now.
Closed.
Yeah. And so they have to get this other guy, okay, to come up and remove the lock from the door. The electronic one, remove it, revealing the true key, right? The old fashioned key, and use that to get in, and then fix and reapply the electric lock. And this takes like 25 minutes, right?
Oh my God.
And there's just something, okay, because there's something funny about that. And they go, well, the battery was drained from the electric lock. Okay. Which never happens. How often do you think that happens? Like in a hotel,
switching out the
right? Okay, it's like never.
Unheard
it's like, and I mean, what do spirits love to do? That's exactly what they love to do. Honestly, drain batteries. It's like And so I'm like, interesting. And then I think I say to the woman, like, what's the history of this place or something, right? The woman that was sort of hanging out with me while waiting for the guy. And she's like, it's interesting or something. And I'm like, what kind of interesting? And then like, Nazis or like, okay. Then I start Googling, in bed, right? Start Googling around, and it's like the history of the place is just bad from nearly the time when it was built, except for like right when it was built. And even when it was built in like, I forget now, I used to know, 1903 or 1910 or whatever, 1929. I'm not sure. Okay. But
yeah.
It's like one of these things where there was a brief moment of potential, like hope and glory, like almost like the Titanic or something. And then it all turns because it was described as, and you're like, it sounds creepy in the first place, like a sanitization hotel. Okay. So you're like, what? And it's like, yeah, that's why like the communal showers in the basement or whatever.
No.
Okay. And you're like, it was this idea, like back then, if you were going to travel Europe, you had to go to or get on a boat, like a big cruise ship or whatever, or whatever they called them then. Like you would have to go to these hotels, stay there for several days, and basically make sure you're not diseased before you get on a boat. So they were in some ways attached to almost like luxury travel, but this very sort of disturbing. So there were like these articles about when the hotel opened, like recently, that they're like, imagine it's 19, whatever, you are going on a fancy trip. Like you step up into the, whatever it used to be called, I forget now, like, and so it's like they were actually utilizing the, like, let's turn to history to like get a vibe for the place you're staying. And I was like, that's dangerous because
even
if you've got,
you want to open that door.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's like, go eco, right? Like be like, we have a great building here. We're not going to tear it down just to put up a new one. You know what I mean? Like whatever, like go, there's so many other angles. Point is, I'm reading about it, and it's like, it's a whole series of things. First, it's like, oh, well, we'll take these Jews in that are, it's pretty confusing, but like for a second, it seems like, oh, we're housing them. Then it seems like, oh, actually, we're keeping them in here and they can't leave. And then it's like becomes a place where the ally, the members of the resistance get like rounded up and taken there and tortured. Like whatever, that ends. And then it becomes a goddamn like juvenile prison.
Yeah.
So the rooms, okay,
Just the darkest shit on top of the darkest shit.
Like angry boys, like locked in these rooms. And so I'm like, of course they're like fucking with the locks.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course.
And I remember saying to the guy, I'm like, I just, like, can I get out? Like, is there a way that this could lock me in? If it fails again.
Really good question. Yeah.
And we like worked it out. So I felt somewhat whatever, but it set off, continue like more and more reading about it, like, obsessively hunting for like literature and photos about it, like finding one and being like, that is the hall. And then I took a lot of footage actually, like kind of on these show you later sort of thing. And in the morning when I finally was going to leave and, nary a plaque. Okay. Like there was no,
of course.
And it's just do a plaque and say,
let the spirits rest.
Be like, well, lots of buildings in Europe,
Amsterdam,
have tough histories. Okay. Like we choose to, take an old building and finally bring light and joy to it through creating a hotel where
no room service.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, that's all you got to do. So then I became fixated on writing a letter about how they need to have a plaque, but whatever. So, and I composed that letter, classic, compose the letter, don't send, right? Get back to my life. So when the morning that I'm leaving in the room, I said a few words.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like, and I felt compelled, and it wasn't like I was
lovely
doing it just, I don't know. It was real. I don't know. I just was like,
you felt it.
Basically, I was just like, I'm sorry for what happened here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And if you, stay, you stay. And if you leave, you leave, like, I'm not like going to do this like ego game of like, I'm going to encourage you to go towards the light. Another, like, you do know what I mean? Like, I'm going to release them. It's just sort of like, whatever. I said a lot of words, not that many. I said some things. It feels like false to even try to recreate it because it was sort of serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I went outside. I called an Uber. I took my things downstairs. And when I got outside onto the street, and the Uber was on its way a couple minutes or whatever, I looked up at the building, and I broke down, sobbing, weeping.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And it felt like all these people who had suffered were in the building, and they can't really leave. And I'm leaving, right? I get to leave and be out of the energy.
Right.
And it was, and it didn't feel like I was telling myself a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were, yeah.
It was wild.
Wow. Cool.
And I was like, you
honored them.
You walk around, Europe, like, I don't know, like maybe you really got to tie that velvet bag like a little tighter.
Tights at the top. Yeah.
Like we're not prepared for like that many years of history or something. I don't know, but it was a hotel, a big building, whatever, these places. A lot of people go through them. I don't know. It's the unspoken part of being a solo traveler.
You felt it though. You tapped in.
So I thought that was interesting. And I always hold the idea that, or I was just, or I just was depleted and blah, 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 blah.
Well, by the way, one thing that's funny, I want to make a comment on the nature of ghost stories. Because I was texting with my friend who's a very like kind of stoic, like not stoic, but just like, a British man who like doesn't he's not
a joker
in the world of the mystical ghosts, whatever. But I was compelled to tell him, I was like, oh, I just had this like, the thing, I was telling him about the thing that happened in Bend, and I was like, and I felt kind of embarrassed, like knowing him, knowing how he would, how it would sound, and I was like, whatever, like, and then he said something, what did he say? He was like, no, he was like, what's annoying is when people tell a ghost story and they tell it without fear, like just factual. So I'm there. The person appears. Okay. There's a ghost there. Like,
That's so funny.
I was scared. It wasn't like, so I wake up,
right.
I'm seeing the visions, right? So I see the masculine one. I look over, the motion detector goes off. So there's spirit there. And
wait,
it's
and
like,
this is his issue with it?
Yeah, no, like want to see what he said. It's like how it's just annoying when people tell those, what's annoying is when people tell a ghost story as if they're just recounting like the cold facts of what happened.
See, but this is funny, Kate. I have a different interpretation.
Oh no, so here's what he said. He said, I don't mind ghost stories if the teller is and was terrified. What I don't like is the teller being matter of fact and laid back.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Competitively laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, that's funny. Oh, and by the way, much like a ghost story, and much like a podcast has to come to an end, we have to wrap up.
We do. We're 3 minutes over.
No, it's great. That was great. And we'll I don't want any more. I'm going to stay in a hotel. I don't want them there. So don't be there, please. If you're
gotta be careful here in London.
If you're a ghost who listens to the podcast,
oh my God,
don't come around.
Yeah, you gotta get a hat like Lisa Williams, I think, on her show. I told you this. She had a little hat she'd put on at night. It was like,
no, you're kidding.
It's closed now, folks. Like,
no,
business is closed. Yeah. And then I wouldn't recommend it probably for you, but Conjuring Last Rites came out. We went and
oh God, no, I'm too scared.
Fucking rocked.
That's awesome, though. I mean, I'm happy for you,
fucking rocked.
But
and I wept during the not the credits, but where there's the title like
how
cards
many Conjurings
at the end.
are there?
I forget because it's like I'm gonna post my Conjuring joke.
As Jacqueline famously, the Conjuring universe is just the universe.
Yeah.
what do you think?
It's just I'm literally gonna post it because I've been doing it. I was like in honor of Final Rites or Last Rites. I was gonna post it, but like me doing it, whatever on stage. But like it's just like I chuckle when people say the Conjuring universe, because of course it is but our own universe. If you recognize the very real work of demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren. But yeah, it was like these like great slides about them and their contribution, and it was silent. And I was like tears streaming down my face, just
oh my God,
moved by sort of the tale of the Warrens and Vera Farmiga. She's
oh yeah, she's good.
She's fucking good.
She's scary.
They're great. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it.
Okay, great.
Eventually.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Love you.
All right. Talk soon.